Well, Claire, it could have been much more ruthless than that, especially in the first half. How important was it to, with qualification all but sealed, come out and make a really ruthless statement like that tonight?
Yeah, I think it was really positive for us to come out that way. I think we struggled a little bit in the first leg over in Uzbekistan. So to come out and score that many goals in the first half, and I suppose have Michelle come back into the squad and be in peak condition and form for us has been wonderful too. So it's given us confidence moving forward up front, and being ruthless is something that we pride ourselves on. So I think for us today that was a really positive step in terms of our qualification.
Joey?
Claire, congratulations. How hungry were you for a goal? Because there were a couple of times there when you were lurking and Michelle sort of slipped on the rebounds. Yeah,
I think I want to put myself in situations where I can score goals, but it's lovely to be part of a team where everyone is ruthless in front of goals. So it's nice to get a 10-0 win, and I'll get my name on the score sheet at some point or another. So that's totally fine.
Go for it, Erin.
Congratulations, Claire.
Thank
Great
you.
game. I guess has it sunk in what you've achieved yet, and the fact that the next step is Olympics?
Yeah, I think for us it's always been a goal since the World Cup, and to qualify for another major tournament with a really strong squad. I think we're quite excited to move into that space and prepare well for this upcoming Olympics. So I think everyone's quite excited. Yeah.
Go for it,
Michelle Heyman,
Yeah.
4 goals
Yeah.
tonight. How important has she been, not just behind the scenes for the team, but also on the field? Because she seems to have solved a pretty big problem.
She's slotted in extremely well, and I think having international experience and the time she spent previously with the national team has obviously given her that confidence and that capacity to perform at international level. So to have her slot in seamlessly for us has been wonderful, and she's filled a large gap in losing Sam. So I think for us moving forward, it's quite positive.
Stephen? Letty, sorry.
Just, about this time last year, you were, playing for the Western Sydney Wanderers, and now you're playing in one of the top leagues of the world in France, and you've also cemented yourself in this Matildas lineup. What has the last year been like for you?
Pretty crazy. It's been amazing. I feel very lucky to be a part of this squad and grateful to have the opportunity to play for the Matildas. It's been a wonderful transition in terms of moving overseas and feeling like I can progress my football in that sense. So, yeah, I feel extremely grateful and extremely lucky to be in the position I am.
Roy?
Claire, I know in this series the defence wasn't in the spotlight as much, but how well placed, how solidified do you think the defence is heading into Paris and that chasing of a medal and going above that fourth spot?
Yeah, I think in terms of the defence, obviously that's Tony's decision who he puts in there, but I think in terms of keeping a clean sheet for the entirety of the qualification process has been, I suppose, a positive step as a defender and as a defensive unit for the team. So, yeah, I think it's quite positive. But then again, like we have, areas to work on. If we're, conceding shots on target, there's always room for improvement. So knowing that we kept clean sheets is great, but there's always room to improve.
Carla?
There was a big discussion about the heat today. How
Yeah.
did that play into the match and how you're playing?
I think if you're playing football in Australian summer, it's going to be that way, and I think it was the same for both teams. So it's just the way it is.
This gentleman in front.
Hi, this is Hamza Ijaz from Pakistan. Today we see a very fantastic match. How satisfied are you by your performance, and what are the upcoming goal for your performance, regarding in the future?
I think in terms of the performance today, personally and as a collective, I think we're quite proud of this performance, and it's obviously been a work in progress. I think our first leg was, requiring some improvement. We came out and proved that we can be ruthless in front of goal. So I think as a collective, it's been great. And then in terms of moving forward, it's just all about the preparation for the Olympics and playing against some key opposition. I think we're heading to America to play Mexico, and they've just had a win against the US. So it still is. We have a door open to play good competitors prior to the Olympics, which is exciting.
Just pass that to Anna down the line, please.
Claire, you've qualified for Paris. You're playing at Paris Saint-Germain with and against some of those players playing against the France game. This all seems to be coming together. How does it sit with you heading into that?
Yeah, I feel pretty lucky. I've got a home World Cup and a home Olympics, so it's nice in that sense. I feel like I have a greater familiarity with obviously some of the opposition now, and obviously being overseas and in the French league, you get exposed to quality European footballers. So I think to come up against some of my teammates in the Olympic Games will be quite exciting, and I'm just really, really excited to get over there and get started.
Any other questions? Wow. Okay, Anna, go for it.
I'm happy to very much. Just for all, you and all your teammates, it's going to be cutthroat from your 18-player Olympic squad. There's got to be that realisation, that competitiveness in the squad. How's it handled going forward?
Yeah, I think everyone's quite aware that the Olympic squad's a lot, smaller than our regular 22, 23 player squads for competitions like this. So it's always been cutthroat, and I think that's the nature of, the Matilda setup is everyone's competing for a spot and everyone wants game time. So that's the nature of the sport, and I feel like there is a competitiveness within the squad, but it's also healthy competition too, so it's great.